The Necklace, page 39, book Footprints Without Feet. Read and find out. What kind of a person is Mee Loisel? Why is she always unhappy? Question number 2. What kind of a person is her husband? Explanation of the chapter. Reading of the text. She was one of those pretty young ladies born as if through an error of destiny into a family of clerks. She had no dowry, no hopes, no means of becoming known, loved, and married by a man either rich or distinguished, and she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office of the Board of Education. She was simple, but she was unhappy. The she in the above mentioned paragraph refers to Mee Loisel, that is Matilda Loisel. She was pretty young, but then maybe it was due to some lack of destiny or some inappropriate destiny that she was born to not a rich family but to a middle class family, a family of clerks, and so she had no big hopes of getting any dowry, no hope of becoming known and loved, and even she never thought of marrying any rich man, and she allowed herself to marry a petty clerk in the office. So she married a man with the simple means of livelihood who worked in Board of Education, but then she was unhappy all the time. Something always worried her. Something was there which was incomplete, due to which she always remained unhappy. Paragraph 2. She suffered incessantly, feeling herself born for all delicacies and luxuries. She suffered from the poverty of her apartment, the shabby walls and the worn chairs. All these things tortured and angered her. Matilda now, she suffered incessantly. Incessantly means in a manner without pause or stop, especially to the point of annoyance or ceasing. So she was very much annoyed, and her annoyance had no end. And why was all this? She thought that she was born for all the delicacies and luxuries. She thought that maybe her life was not to be lived in poverty, but in luxuries. She suffered from poverty of her apartment. Her apartment was not beautiful. It had no good fixtures, furnitures, and accessories. The walls were shabby, the chairs were worn out. Everything around angered her, it tortured her. Nothing made her happy. Paragraph 3. When she seated herself for dinner opposite her husband, who uncovered the tureen with a delighted air, saying, "Oh, the good pot pie! I know nothing better than that." She would think of elegant dinners, of shining silver. She thought of the exquisite food served in marvelous dishes. She had neither forks nor jewels, nothing. She had neither frocks nor jewels, nothing. And she loved only those things. It was the dinner time. She sat opposite to her husband. The husband was very satisfied and content with everything he had, and he managed for the household. But Matilda, she always was unhappy about every little thing. Every little thing worried her and made her very unhappy. The husband, with a delight, uncovered the tureen. Tureen is a dish pot with a lid which is generally used for soup. And he opened the lid of that and said, "Oh, good pot pie." Pot pie is a dish which is made with the crust at the top and all the veggies and other stuffs beneath that. So he says that I know nothing better than that. He was delighted with the food which was cooked. She would think of elegant dinners, but her mind was constantly fighting. It was in constant state of a flux. She was never satisfied with what she had, and she was very unhappy. The husband was happy with the pot pie, but she kept on thinking about the marvelous food, the yummy and delicious cuisines which were served in some of the finest restaurants all around. Then she thought that she had no frocks, no jewels, and nothing, and she loved only those things. Me, Loisel, she had that penchant. She had the love and craving for all the commodities which she never had, which she never possessed, but all the things which she never possessed, or maybe she could never possess. She had a rich friend, a schoolmate at the convent, who she did not like to visit. She suffered so much when she returned. She wept for whole days from despair and disappointment. One evening, her husband returned elated, bearing in his hand a large envelope. "Here," he said, "here is something for you." Now, Matilda had a rich friend, a friend from her school, but that lady was rich, and therefore her house exhibited all the rich things all around. She wore beautiful gowns, beautiful dresses, frocks. She had good jewelry and everything because she was rich. She could afford them. And Matilda did not like to visit her. Why? Because visiting her friend, the richness of the life, the rich life which her friend lived in, it was just a contrast to what Matilda had. Therefore, the unhappy woman in Matilda, it grew even stronger and stronger whenever she came in contact with the rich friend, and she maybe thought that she is the one who possesses everything, and I am someone who has nothing, who is just a pauper. Then one evening, what happens is, the husband returned elated, very happy, extremely happy, bearing in his hand, holding in his hand a large envelope. An envelope he held in his hand and said that, "See, I have something for you." Page number 40. She quickly drew out a printed card on which were inscribed these words. It was an envelope with a card printed, and it was from no ordinary place but from the minister's residence. It read, "The Minister of Public Instruction and Madame George Ramponio ask the honor of me and Loisel's company Monday evening, January 18, at the minister's residence." So that was a letter from the minister's residence calling them for a party, for a get together. Now this capital M is M, and it's pronounced, and it is Mr, and me is Madam. Instead of being delighted as her husband had hoped, she threw the invitation spitefully upon the table, murmuring, "What do you suppose I want with that?" Husband thought that she'll be elated, thinking that okay, they have got an invitation from a very reputed place and it will be a big gathering, and he thought that she'll feel happy about it. But on contrary, she threw the invitation spitefully upon the table, with disgust upon the table, and said that, "What do you think that I am supposed to do with that kind of a letter, that kind of a card?